Bulls fans, brace yourselves. The Boston Celtics have their eyes on one of our own, and it's not who you think. This trade rumor could shake up both teams and change the course of our season. Stay tuned to find out which Chicago Bull might be wearing Celtic green and what it means for the future of our franchise. The chess game of the NBA never stops, and this move could be a game changer. Welcome to Chicago Bulls News, your go-to source for the latest updates on the Windy City's favorite team. We've got you covered with breaking news, trade rumors, and in-depth analysis of everything Bulls. From United Center to the front office, we're bringing you the inside scoop. Hit subscribe and let's talk Bulls basketball. All right, let's get right into it. The NBA rumor mill is churning once again, and this time, it's putting one of our very own Chicago Bulls players in the spotlight. That's right, folks, we've got trade talks brewing, and it involves none other than the Boston Celtics. Now, I know what you're thinking, the Celtics. What could they possibly want from us? Well, buckle up, because this potential trade scenario might just surprise you. According to recent reports from multiple NBA insiders, the Boston Celtics have been eyeing a particular Bulls player as a realistic trade target. Now, before I reveal who it is, let's take a moment to consider the current state of both teams. The Chicago Bulls, as we all know, have been in a bit of a limbo lately. We've got a mix of veteran talent and young potential, but we haven't quite found that perfect recipe for success. Meanwhile, the Celtics have been knocking on the door of an NBA championship for years now, always coming up just short. So, who's the Bulls player that Boston thinks could push them over the edge? It's none other than Alex Caruso. That's right, Bulls fans. Our very own bald mamba, the Caruso himself, has caught the eye of the boys in green. Now, before you start panicking or celebrating depending on your view of Caruso, let's break down why this trade rumor actually makes a lot of sense for both teams. First, let's talk about what Alex Caruso brings to the table. Since joining the Bulls in 2021, Caruso has been a defensive dynamo and a fan favorite. His hustle, basketball IQ, and ability to impact the game without necessarily filling up the stat sheet have made him an invaluable piece of our roster. This season, Caruso is averaging 9.6 points, 3.5 rebounds, and 2.7 assists per game. But as we all know, his impact goes far beyond the box score. He's shooting a career-high 40% from beyond the arc, and his defensive rating is among the best in the league for guards. Now, let's consider why the Celtics might be interested. Boston is already a strong defensive team, but adding a player like Caruso could take them to another level. Imagine a closing lineup with Marcus Smart and Alex Caruso hounding opposing guards. It's enough to give any offensive coordinator nightmares. Moreover, Caruso's improved three-point shooting would fit perfectly with the Celtics' space and pace offense. He could provide valuable minutes off the bench, or even start in certain matchups, giving Boston the kind of defensive flexibility that championship teams often possess. But here's where it gets really interesting, Bulls fans. The question isn't just whether Caruso would fit with the Celtics, it's what we could get in return. Now, I'm not privy to any inside information, but let's speculate a bit. The Celtics have a few interesting pieces that could potentially be on the table. Could we see a young talent like Peyton Pritchard coming our way? Or maybe a sharpshooting wing like Sam Hauser? There's also the possibility of draft picks being involved. The Celtics don't have a ton of draft capital, but even a future first-round pick could be valuable for a Bulls team that might be looking to retool. Of course, this is all speculation at this point. But the mere fact that these rumors are circulating tells us something important about the state of our Chicago Bulls. Let's face it, Bulls Nation, our team is at a crossroads. We're currently sitting at insert current record and standing, which is, well, it's not great. We're not bad enough to tank for a high draft pick, but we're not good enough to be serious contenders either. This puts the front office in a tricky position. Do we try to add pieces and make a push for the playoffs? Or do we start moving some of our valuable assets to prepare for a rebuild? The fact that Caruso is being floated in trade rumors suggests that the latter option might be on the table. And honestly, it might not be the worst idea. Don't get me wrong, I love Alex Caruso. We all do. He embodies everything we want in a Chicago Bull: toughness, selflessness, and a willingness to do whatever it takes to win. But if moving him could net us assets that accelerate our rebuild and get us back to contention faster, it's something we have to consider. Now, let's talk about what this potential trade and the rumors surrounding it mean for the Bulls moving forward. First and foremost, it signals that the league still values what we have. Caruso isn't the only Bull who's been mentioned in trade rumors lately. We've heard whispers about Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, and even Nikola Vucevic. The fact that contending teams are interested in our players shows that we have valuable pieces, we just haven't figured out how to fit them all together yet. Secondly, it suggests that our front office is at least open to the idea of making moves. Whether that means a full rebuild or just a retooling remains to be seen, but it's clear that standing pat isn't an option anymore. Now, I want to hear from you, Bulls Nation. What do you think about these Alex Caruso trade rumors? Should we hold on to him at all costs, or explore what we could get in return? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to vote in our fan poll. Before we wrap up, let's quickly touch on some other Bulls news from around the league. Zach LaVine has been putting in work at the practice facility, working on his shot and his conditioning. Could we see an even better LaVine when he returns from injury? Patrick Williams continues to show flashes of his potential. In last night's game, he had a career high in rebounds and showed some improved decision-making on offense. The Bulls' G League affiliate, the Windy City Bulls, have been on a tear lately. Keep an eye on insert player name, he's been lighting it up and could be in line for a call-up soon. Alright, Bulls fans, that's all for today's episode of the Windy City Hoops Report. Remember, these Alex Caruso trade rumors are just that, rumors. But they do give us a fascinating glimpse into how the rest of the league views our team and the difficult decisions our front office will need to make in the coming months. As always, keep bleeding red, stay passionate, and never stop believing in our Chicago Bulls. This is your name signing off. See you next time, Bulls Nation. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And hey, if you want to support the channel and get some exclusive Bulls content, check out our Patreon link in the description. Until next time, keep that ball bouncing.